Okay, good afternoon. It is 3:31 on Wednesday, October 27th, and this is a meeting of the Board of Library Trustees. I am Joanne Geneva, the chair. With me today are Shannon Duffy, our interim library director, Heather Dennis, our board secretary, and Aidan Heffernan, our member at large. So we will begin the meeting today with the previous meeting minutes. So if you have not had a chance to look those over, please do that quickly right now. And then I'll entertain a motion to accept them or to make a change.
I'll make such a motion to accept as written.
A second.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none? We are.
Say that there was a mistake on them?
I rechecked it and it looks
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. With that being said, then we can go on to our youth services report, starring our interim director.
You also have to accept the special meeting minutes.
Oh, that's true. Thank you for reminding me. We did have a special meeting. And that was just to appoint our committee, our search committee for the library director. So we do need to take a look at those minutes, and we need to have a motion to approve those, which I can make that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, those are also approved unanimously. And now we can go on. Thank you again, Shannon, for reminding me about that.
No worries. So, in terms of professional development, this month, I did a webinar for I Read Massachusetts. Basically, the state of Massachusetts is switching over who handles the summer reading theme. We're moving on to I Read, and so it's just an introduction of what next year and the year after that's theme is going to be, and how we would go about getting our promotional materials and things like that, which we're very excited about. So even though it's only October, we're already talking about summer. It's great, informative, helpful. But in September, we had 9 kids in-person programs. We had 133 people in attendance. 2 of our outdoor story times actually had to be canceled due to rain.
Can you
Which is
clarify?
really-
You
Yes.
just said that we had 133 people, or was that 113?
Sorry, 113.
Okay.
I apologize.
okay.
113 people in attendance. 2 of our outdoor story times were canceled due to rain, which is a bit of a bummer because we get a lot of people for those. We did crafts in September. There was 182 kids craft kits that we made in September. We currently have programming on a hold until the library, which is currently in flux, is more stable. And because it's cold and we can't really have stuff outside, and staff is at a minimal situation at the moment, so I can't be outside when I have to be inside. In September for teens, we had a craft event inside. We had 4 teens come, which was cool. They really liked it. They seemed to have fun. We made 54 teen/adult craft kits for the month of September. And for everyone who likes that big rolling number, to date, we have made 3,129 craft kits. Amazing. And it's still going. We can't stop. We won't stop. We currently had 3 volunteers for the month of blank, which should say September. Yay me. And they collectively put in 21.5 hours of work, and we just keep getting more applications. I'm getting to the point where I am grasping for things for them to do, but hey, the library is being dusted, which is awesome. And my Legos are still being sorted because we have that many.
And they can always make craft kits.
They can, and they do, but I have to like transfer the information from myself to them, which is time consuming, but it's fine. Is there any questions or concerns about the children's/teen services?
I'm great. I understand why programming is on hold. I wish it weren't, but it is something we've got to deal with until we can have a director and hopefully hire someone to replace our other staff member that resigned and left about a month or two ago.
A month.
No, didn't we-
Only the director has left. No one else
there was
has left.
one other before that.
No one else has resigned.
Okay.
We have someone out due to medical leave,
Okay.
but no one has resigned.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. No, are you talking about our library technician?
Mhm.
We've replaced that person.
Oh, okay. All
Right
right.
now, we are down to, we were missing 2 full-time people.
Mm.
And so there was only one full-time person, which was me. And everyone else was part-time. Our part-time people are good.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But we'll get staffing back up to where it should be someday soon.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, so on to the director's report.
On to the director's report. I went to some meetings, which was fun, including town meeting, which was also fun. In September, there were 4 adult programs, and we had 19 participants, which was really exciting. Both of the adult book group and the senior book group have resumed their normal schedule. They were a little bit on a hiatus while one of our employees was on medical leave, but they have this month started back up again. They're currently both meeting in the library, but on different days, but they read the same book. So if you can't make one, hey, there's a bonus extra one that you could go to. They actually are, the senior book group was just meeting today at 1, and so the other book group is going to meet tomorrow night at 7, I believe. 6 or 7, one of those two.
Do we know what their next book is?
Yes, but I don't know it off the top of my head. But it is
But it
out.
is on the website?
It is on the website, yes. They are discussing tomorrow night, if you want to pop in, The Devil in the White City. Nonfiction, page turner. Murder. Okay, anyway. This is no longer up to date. There is no longer any room in our Sign Language Basics Part 2 class, which will be held virtually starting next week. But you can still sign up and be put on the wait list in case someone realizes that it's inconvenient, which it isn't, but who knows what their schedule is like. It is a 4-week class that will meet every Tuesday starting November 2nd at 7 until 7:45. And even though it's a part 2, part 1 was last winter, so don't be stressed about remembering everything or having any type of foundation, because I assume we're going to go over that. Whew, take a deep breath. Hi. So the Friends met on October 18th. Their fall fudge orders can now be placed. The orders with payment, so you need to give the payment when you give the order form, are going to be due by Monday the 15th. The library is open from 10 to 6 on Mondays, so you have until then to drop it off. Orders can be picked up at the earliest on Saturday, November 20th. Because it's a Saturday, that means we're only open from 10 to 3.
Order forms are in the library, or are they available online?
They are. They are available online on our website. It's one of those cool rotating things on our homepage. It says click here, and then you'll see the order form. And you can download it and fill it out at home at your convenience. There's lots of yummy flavors on there. I'm intrigued by maple. I don't know about everyone else. As a heads up, they do plan on doing a December order in time for the holiday season. There will be different flavors. They also, at their meeting, discussed the merchandise that they will be selling for Chain of Lights. There was discussion of having raffle trees and having the availability of buying the raffle tickets before Chain of Lights in the library. It was sort of left in an ambiguous place, but I'm sure they will let me know what's up when it becomes available. Moving on to miscellaneous, the LSTA grant is finished. It is submitted. It's done. It's over. It's amazing. We're very excited about it. And when I say we, I mean me. We have 5 hotspots now available for checkout, just in time for this wonderful storm. So if you lose power, come on down and borrow a hotspot. The rules for that are, we have our policy up online, but long story short, you have to be 18 or older in order to check one out. Your card has to be in good standing, and only 1 per household. But don't worry, it can handle up to 10 devices. It's very exciting. And I tried one out on my trip last weekend. It works fabulously in the car. The Friends of the Sutton Library have purchased museum passes for the American Heritage Museum in Hudson, Mass. There are 4 passes. Each allow up to 6 visitors at half price. Pam is currently in the process of processing them, so they will be available very soon. And the library will be closed Thursday, November 11th, and Thursday, November 25th.
So Veterans Day and Thanksgiving.
Yes.
But we'll be open the day after Thanksgiving, Friday.
Yes. We are always open on Black Friday.
Excellent.
And for September, our service statistics were 26 lobby pickups and 16 home deliveries. Okay.
All right, any questions about the director's report to this point?
No, sounds good.
Oh, I'm good.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your first director's report.
Thank you. All right, so the next thing in my pile is the ebook statistics, e-content. They're not all ebooks.
Overdrive.
And Overdrive, yes. There was a little bit of a dip, but that's not surprising since a good chunk of that number could have been summer reading as well. I'm not against it.
Looks good.
Yeah,
Okay.
looks good.
All right, and
You can
then
move on.
then the next is physical circulation.
And again,
A little bit of a dip.
yeah,
There is a dip, but
school started.
school started and soccer started. These are key things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not having as much programming inside of the library, which is a big draw for checking out things because you're like, oh, I'm here and ooh, I see that and let me grab it.
Mm-hmm.
I hypothesize once indoor programming picks back up again, these numbers will perk back
Okay.
up again. Hopefully. Hopefully. All right, so after that, we have the year-to-date budget report, which unlike last month, don't say 100% all the way down, which is exciting. Part-time wages are a little high, but that's to be expected, given that they were covering other people's shifts. And it's not as terrible as I thought it was going to be.
Okay. Do you have any concerns about the wages or about anything else as far as the general budget goes?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I am a little bit concerned about part-time, but again, it's understandable. And I am making adjustments accordingly in next month's schedule to get it back down to a more reasonable area.
But the part-timers are covering for the hours that the full-timers,
Yes,
the
Yes.
director and the employee that's on medical leave
Yes.
would normally cover.
yes,
So it
It
should come out in the
it
wash.
should, hopefully, yeah.
All right. Okay, and state aid?
State aid is fun. State aid is good. We made some of our big budget purchases. But beyond that, I feel like we're good. Like we paid for Alphabet, that is our registration software for programming and for museum passes. We decided to buy, to renew, I guess, our movie license. So we had put it on hold. We didn't have it last year because obviously we weren't doing indoor movies, but we decided to renew it. And by we, I mean Betsy decided to renew it. On the hope that we will eventually, in this upcoming fiscal year, be able to hold indoor movies. And I technically can. So we'll be able
Small groups.
Small groups. So I don't know if you guys remember, but long ago, back before the pandemic, like 3 years ago, we did interactive movie nights, which were small groups of kids or teens. And so that is a viable thing that we could do again. Again, because it limits the number of people and we have more control over it, but it's an easy program. And we could like hold movies if we wanted to.
And at this point, it's just a matter of staffing it.
Staffing the program? It's a matter of staffing and space, which is always our issue here at the Sutton
Sure.
Public Library. But,
Yep.
yep.
All right. The LSTA grant.
It is spent down. That is amazing. It's all done. There's no money left. We did it.
All right.
Good job, town. Good job.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very excited. And then gift. We added to gift. We did not spend anything from gift this month
Okay.
or from the last time we met. We've just added to it. All right.
All right.
And that's what I got.
Do you have any new business to share with us at this point?
I personally do not have any new business. On the agenda is the Director Search Committee
Right.
update.
Right. I have new business since I am a member of the Director Search Committee. We did have 7 applicants and currently have 4 remaining in the applicant pool. And we will, they are coming in to tour the facility, and we are meeting with them, and then we'll send our recommendations to the board for interviews.
How many candidates are you going to send to the board?
It will probably be between 2 and 3. And we will have to set a meeting date to do those interviews sometime within the next couple of weeks. So if we could look at that. So we should be able to have names to you after the 29th of October. And then it's up to us as a board to decide what we want to do for a date for interviews. Does anyone have any dates that are horrible or any dates that are better than any others? Should we stick with a Wednesday?
Wednesdays are good for me.
Wednesday would work for me. I'm assuming we're talking the 3rd.
We could either do the 3rd or we could do the 10th. I don't think we should go later than that second week.
Yeah, the 3rd or the 10th will work for me.
All right, in order to give our candidates a little bit of time, why don't we go with November 10th? Is there a particular time?
I guess 3:30 or later.
Yeah, 3:30 or later will work better for me.
Okay, so what we would have to do is,
Your candidates may not have availability on that date, so maybe we want to give them a couple other dates around that time frame that we can be flexible
well,
with.
the 11th is a holiday. Do we want to go with, it has to be late afternoon for everyone or evening?
For me, yes.
All right, we can give them the 10th and say, and we can do a variety of times starting at 3:30 because we would be doing an interview that could last an hour.
We could also, I can give you the 9th as well as an option. So
All
the
right.
9th and 10th after 3:30, I can make myself available.
Let me see. I can do the 9th for a short time, but I could do 3:30 to about 6:30, but at 6:30 I would have to call it. So I think we can work with that because,
Would we want one candidate one day, and one, the next, so we're not putting them next to each other? And
we can
so
do that.
I'm just thinking that might be the best thing.
So 3:30 on the 9th, and we could do 3:30 on the 10th, and then if necessary, could we do like a 5 p.m. or a 5:30 on the 10th, or,
Yeah, let's do a 5 o'clock.
Just be cognizant when we get into the dinner hour, some of us have medical needs and get cranky if we don't eat.
well, we can work around that if you would rather do a
No, I'm
pause
just
and do
saying, Be
6:30.
cognizant of it. You might need to tell me to go eat something.
Oh, okay, so we have to tell you.
Joanne, are these the ones that you want filmed?
These might be, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure there aren't any other meetings in this room.
Oh, okay, good.
So Tuesday, November 9th, 3:30 and a 5 o'clock option? Is that what we're looking at?
The 9th would be 3:30, the 10th would be 3:30, and then possibly 5.
Okay, we have a meeting Wednesday, the 10th at 2 o'clock in here.
When should that get out, though?
It's hard to say.
Would it go beyond 4? So if we set our,
It wouldn't go, they typically don't go that long.
okay.
I would say 3:30 would
It's-
probably be safe.
If you think we should move it to 4 just to make sure, we can,
Why don't you do that? I mean, I think 3:30 would be safe, but just.
we'll say 4
Sure, 4,
to
so
be
you don't-
absolutely.
What about the other room that we sometimes hold our meetings in?
Well, these
Would-
are gonna be, well, we still have to decide. If these can be hybrid, if they're hybrid, they have to be in here.
They would not be hybrid,
They're not going to be hybrid?
No.
So then we're talking, then that room would be available.
okay.
So
Okay.
that gives you more flexibility.
Because
All
we're
right.
thinking of having,
So you could do, Yeah, so you can keep it Wednesday,
3:30?
3:30 is fine, it'll be in the other room. Tuesday should be good, the 9th,
How about the 10th here at 5?
that would be fine.
We don't want to give the candidates a few options in case they can't make a 3:30 and somebody has already taken the 5, that we don't offer a 5 on the Tuesday also.
We need to be flexible, that's why
Yeah.
we have the
Would-
previous week if we
Well,
have to
you-
go
you
that
have
way
to
too.
keep- Oh, no, never mind, I'm sorry.
Okay,
I was
we haven't
thinking
checked that yet.
Thanksgiving week. I was thinking, oh, it's the next day, but it's Veterans Day.
5 would be the latest I could do on the 9th. So
So we're gonna add that
Is-
also.
is 5 also possible on the 9th if we needed to?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
so we're gonna leave it at those 4.
We'll leave those 4 possibilities.
Okay.
I also suggest that we leave the previous week open if they can't fit into one of these time slots, that we look at our calendars to go on the 3rd, the 4th time frame. The 4th is no good for me because I got to deal with India. I have a conference call that I don't know the time difference, so I can't tell you when it is at the moment.
All right, if necessary, what does November 3rd look like for everyone?
3rd, I can do 3:30 and 5.
Okay,
That's
That
the
okay with you?
Wednesday. Yeah.
I would
and how does
The 3rd,
the 3rd?
3:30 and 5.
Yes,
We have a meeting that night in this room, so we could,
go to the other room?
yeah.
All right,
My
so we have 6 time slots for,
My preference would have them all in the same week, so there's no lead time. We'd have a better feel and could make a better decision, but we need to also accommodate our potential librarian's schedule.
and what I will do is I will put together a list of questions based on the director's search process from the Mass Board of Library Commissioners, and then from that list, we can choose questions to ask each candidate. We should ask all candidates the same questions so that we get the same answer, or we get answers to compare, rather than ask different questions of each candidate.
Do we want to do it in a rotating fashion, like you ask the first question, Aiden asks the second, I'll do the third? And
Correct, and if there are follow-up questions that any of us have based on the answer of the candidate, we can then ask those as we go along. So, for instance, if I ask the primary question, the candidate answers. If either of you want clarification or have further questions about that topic, you can then ask, and then we will move on to the second question, et cetera, and do the same process for each. Okay?
Okay.
Works for me.
All right. Anything else on the director search? Any other questions, comments at this point? After we do our interviews, we then would need to make a decision, and hopefully by the end of November be able to offer someone a contract. So I think we're good to go with that. And hopefully have a new director by the 1st of December.
Is that something where after our final interview, directly after, we're going to be discussing who we want, or are we going to then do a separate meeting for that also?
I will have to look into that.
Okay. what the rules are and?
yeah.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good.
Okay. The last item of new business on our agenda is a stipend for the interim director. I know our interim director has been putting in a lot of extra hours at this point in time.
Joanne, it's not actually on the agenda.
It's new business. Can we
I don't
Can-
know.
Can we bring up new business that's not on the agenda?
Yeah, it's called new business.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
before.
Okay.
We have
It's called
Yeah.
new business.
Okay.
We can bring that up.
I'm just
So,
trying to
okay,
make sure I'm not doing anything wrong.
Well,
not
we're
you,
in
it's me
charge.
then.
Okay.
We're in charge, so if we make the mistake, it's on us, not
Okay.
you.
Well, thank you. I feel a lot more relaxed now.
We're the ones making mistakes,
My
not
bad.
you.
New business.
So, yeah, I have talked to Jim Smith, and we have discussed the possibility of a stipend for our interim director. Since at this point in time, she is currently being paid at a lower rate than a director would receive, and putting in the hours and the workload of the director. So what we would like to offer her, or what the suggestion is a $125 stipend per week on top of her current salary. We have crunched budget numbers, and the budget can easily sustain $125 a week for the month of November, and even could be retroactive to the date that she started as interim, when we voted her in as interim and Betsy left. So I'm putting that out there to everybody for discussion.
Yeah, I think that's probably the least that we can do for our interim director.
I don't think there's a reason to discuss it. I think we should just vote on it, and I think we all pretty much sound like we have the same opinion.
Okay, in that case, I will make a motion to give a weekly stipend of $125 to our interim director, retroactive to the date she began as interim.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
I'm in favor.
All right, it is unanimously decided. I will then let Jim know and let HR know, and we will get that ball rolling. Any other new business? We can bring it
Because
up.
it's allowed.
All right, seeing no new business. Our next item on the,
Actually,
Well, we have to choose a date for the next meeting.
Yeah.
we have November 3rd, 9th, and 10th, but we don't have a date for our next
board meeting.
board meeting for reports.
You've got the 17th, the 24th, which is the day before Thanksgiving, if that affects anyone, and then you have the 31st.
My suggestion would be the 17th, because at that point, we could make a final decision on a candidate and vote on offering a contract to someone,
That sounds
which
good.
would give them a couple of weeks. How does the 17th look for a date all the way around?
That's fine, the 24th is a half day, so town hall's closed that day, so that wouldn't work, but 17th is fine.
Okay. So our next board meeting is scheduled for the 17th at 3:30?
Mhm.
We're going to be seeing a lot of each other. Okay. I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So the meeting is adjourned at 4:06 PM.